Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Better History. My name is Logan, and today we are continuing learning about On the Constitution and the Union, which is an article written by William Lloyd Garrison. I want to thank you guys so much for the support through these last, 3 months? 59 subscribers. That is a lot to me. I didn't really believe that we were going to hit 50 within the first 5 months. And now seeing that in 3 months, getting 59 subscribers, my brain was like, alright, let's come up with this. I am challenging myself to get 150 subscribers by the end of June. Or whatever this month is, which I'm pretty sure this is June. So yeah, thank you guys so much for helping me grow. And if you have any ideas for different types of shorts I can do, please let me know down in the comments as soon as possible. And if you enjoy, like, subscribe, and share. So we have 7 sections today. Here is the first section. Go on in these practices. We do not wish nor mean to interfere for the rescue of your victims, even by expostulation or warning. We like your company too well to offend you by denouncing your conduct. Although we know that by every principle of law which does not utterly disgrace us by assimilating us to pirates, that they have as good and as true a right to the equal protection of the law as we have. This section, you gotta understand, sarcastically states, William Lloyd Garrison loves using sarcasm. In the other episodes, if you haven't watched, I recommend checking them out. He uses sarcasm a decent amount. I'm pretty sure once in each episode at the minimum. So he loves being sarcastic, right? So here he sarcastically states that abolitionists will not interfere or even warn enslavers, despite knowing that enslaved people deserve equal protection under the law. The reference to pirates emphasizes that slavery is akin to criminal activity, showing how deeply unjust the system is. Here's the second section. Although we ourselves stand prepared to die rather than submit even to a fragment of the intolerable load of oppression to which we are subjecting them, yet never mind, let that be. They have grown old in suffering and we in iniquity. And we have nothing to do now but to speak peace. Peace to one another in our sins. Here the passage acknowledges the hypocrisy of those who value their own freedom so highly that they would die rather than be oppressed but still impose slavery on others. The phrase peace mocks the idea of maintaining social harmony at the cost of allowing injustice to persist, in this case injustice being slavery. Here is section 3. We are too wicked ever to love them as God commands us to do. We are so resolute in our wickedness as not even to desire to do so. And we are so proud in our iniquity that we will hate and revile whoever disturbs us in it. We want, like the devils of old, to be let alone in our sin. This passage exposes the moral corruption of those who refuse to acknowledge the humanity of enslaved individuals. The comparison to, quote, devils of old illustrates that this evil is deeply ingrained, and that rather than seeking redemption, oppressors actively resist any challenge to their power. Here's section 4. We are unalterably determined, and neither God nor man shall move us from this resolution, that our colored fellow subjects now shall never be free or happy in their native land. The passage points to a deep, unwavering commitment to maintaining slavery, portraying the enslavers as resistant even to divine intervention. It highlights the horrifying determination to deny freedom and happiness to an entire population. Let me take a sip here. H2O. All right, here's section 5. Go on from bad to worse iniquity. Add link to the chains upon the bodies of your victims. Add constantly to the intolerable burdens under which they groan. And if goaded to desperation by your cruelties, they should rise to assert assert their rights and redress their wrongs. Fear nothing, we are pledged by a sacred compact to shoot them like dogs and rescue you from their vengeance. This section criticizes the brutal response to enslaved people fighting for their rights. It ironically reassures enslavers that they need not fear of uprisings because society is, quote, pledged to violently suppress any rebellion, likening the treatment of enslaved people to that of hunted animals. Now just listen to that. Likening the treatment of enslaved people to that of hunted animals. Hunted? Why am I... It's sad to hear that people... That was common. A lot of people treated enslaved people like animals. If they fled, they would hunt and kill them. I mean, it's terrible to hear that. But it's reality. We gotta learn about it, right? Here is the second to last section, section 6. Go on. We never will forsake you, for there is honor among thieves. We pledge you our physical strength by the sacredness of the national compact, a compact by which we have enabled you already to plunder, persecute, and destroy 2 millions of slaves who now lie beneath the sod, and by which we now give you the same piratical license to prey upon a much larger number of victims in all their prosperity. This passage very sharply critiques the U.S. Constitution's role in upholding slavery. The phrase, quote, honor among thieves, highlights the hypocrisy of a nation built on supposed ideals of liberty while maintaining a system of human exploitation. And finally, section 6. Go on, and by this sacred instrument, the Constitution of the United States, dripping as it is with human blood, we solemnly pledge you our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor that we will stand by you to the last. This final section denounces the Constitution as a blood-stained document used to justify slavery. The phrase, dripping as it is with human blood, starkly conveys the moral cost of upholding such a system. The passage concludes by mockingly pledging total loyalty to slavery, underscoring how deeply entrenched the injustice is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, like, share, and subscribe. Remember the goal, 150 by the end of the month. I don't know if we'll hit it, but I hope we do. You know the drill. Day or night. Have a good one.